Hi, welcome to the director's cut of the hiking videos that I made this summer. I will be talking through some of the behind the scenes and other things that I didn't get to include in the video. Let's go. I, on this day, cut down to Winter Park on slides alternate, and I am fairly close to the end of Colorado at this point. I think I'm, 10-ish days away. So about 2/3 of the way through Colorado. It's day 50 of hiking the Continental Divide Trail and Great Divide Trail combined, still in snow. Even taking slides alternate down the valley from Vasquez Pass to Winter Park, I was fighting snow down to 10,000 feet. Snow in this area. I mean, just to have snow down to 10,000 feet versus in the collegiates, I think it was closer to like 11,000 feet that I was getting in snow. So for it to be snow at 10,000 feet, I was very disappointed, for sure. Was very unhappy with me for being loaded up with snowshoes for the whole morning. I'm really grateful for the snowshoes, but would be so glad to get rid of them. Slides track is mostly melted out at this point, so I chose the snowshoes are really starting to bother me at this point. I was using them a lot of the day, and you can see sometimes it was very steep. I showed it very, very briefly here, but you can sort of see how steep it is here, and then I pan over to see here. I basically went down this slope, and it's fairly steep, but I was trying to get down this so I could walk in this nice flattish area out to Winter Park. But would be so glad. And again, there's no trail here. Track is mostly melted out. Making my own path based on what the terrain looks like. Yeah. At this point, so I chose my own path down the least steep line I could, and lo and behold, there were slides tracks. Funny how, out of the whole valley, we ended up at the same place in the woods. Look at this perfect little arch. I'm gonna walk under it for fun. As I descended, I kept taking off my snowshoes and betting that I wouldn't need them anymore, but I was repeatedly wrong. This area is just super snowy. It didn't bode well for climbing back up to elevation. Slides alternate bypasses the trail in this area above 11,000 feet. Originally, I wanted to get back up to the passes immediately north of James Peak. So here's a map that shows what I was doing. So this blue line here is the CDT, or I guess the CDT. And I originally wanted to take this line, this purple line, the Piffner Traverse. I didn't want to do this long thing. I wanted to just walk the ridge. But that's the one that I ended up bailing out on because I didn't think that it was going to be safe. And this is yellow line is Slides Winter Park alternate. He was going to skip this blue line by cutting through Winter Park like this. And I thought, well, I want to try to do as much of the blue line as I can. So let me try to get down here, but then go back up to the CDT and connect right after the ridgeline ends, either here or here, and get back on the CDT. So I'm not really missing as much of the proper CDT. And then the more I thought about it, the more, I thought if it's really snow down to even 10,000 feet, this is all going to be snow. Like, it just doesn't really make sense. So I might as well just try to cut all the way to here instead and save myself from having to do even more snow, particularly because my ankle was already hurting quite a bit at that point from the snowshoes. I think I have to take Slides route all the way. I just can't justify straining my ankle further so that I can squeeze out 6 more miles in the CDT when I need my ankle to hold it together for another week or so on snowshoes. In Winter Park, I ate so much I had to rest before hiking out. So at that restaurant, and I didn't it was really funny because they were actually, like, they were stapling the dining table paper, I guess, onto the tables. And it was very loud, but I was the only person eating at the time. I think it was like 3 p.m. or something. But I was so busy eating. I was so happy to be sitting down in a warm place, eating warm food. And I remember the employees apologized to me saying like, oh, we're so sorry for the noise. And I was like, I don't care at all. Like, you could be doing anything. I'm just so happy to be sitting down. That's really it. And then I ate so much that I had to stop and rest for a bit because I couldn't hike. I was too full. Hilariously, Slide at this point was getting into Grand Lake already, so he was a couple days, 2-3 days, I think 2 days ahead of me. And then he ended up taking a 0 in Grand Lake for the same reason, because he ate a huge breakfast in Grand Lake and then had to take a nap and then just was like, I guess I'm taking a 0 here. Rest of the day. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so that's day 50.